Nirvana. Guitar destruction.
Satisfaction, climax.
Don't have to do encores.
Yeah, there you go. It's a good excuse if you have to do an encore.
Apart from Nirvana's iconic songs and the impact they made on the music industry, there was one other thing that the band was well known for. And that was the breaking and total destruction of their instruments. Yes, Nirvana weren't the first rock band in history to break their guitars and destroy all their instruments, but when Nirvana did it, they really left their mark. And they really went at it 100% doing the job properly.
But you just smash everything, you just love to do it, it was fun?
Well, it would make our sets like sensational, and then we'd play for 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, because Kurt was so intense, you know, and he'd be out there intense, and 45, 50 minutes, and we can get off if we smashed everything. But then we played live shows.
That's true, you can't do an encore if everything's broken.
That's right.
Genius!
Pictured here in his bedroom in 1985, Kurt Cobain is playing a Univox High Flyer Phase 3, and this guitar has a lot of history to it. Not only is it the guitar that Kurt used to record Nirvana's debut album Bleach on, but it is also known to be one of the first guitars that Kurt ever smashed on stage. Not the first guitar that Kurt ever smashed, but it was one of the first few. And he smashed that at a gig at Maxwell's Tavern in New Jersey in July of 1989. Reportedly that night there were less than a dozen people in the crowd, and those few people got quite the surprise to see Cobain smash it before their very eyes. And next up are some more pictures of Kurt's smashed up guitars from the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle.
You're left-handed. Do you find it hard to get the right guitar for you?
Usually, yeah. It's a bit easier now because I have an endorsement with Fender guitars now, so they're making me left-handed Mustangs. And so it's a lot easier. It used to be a total pain in the ass. I mean, when we were on our first couple of tours, you know, I'd only have one guitar, and it would have to be cheap, you know, a $30 guitar from a pawn shop, and I'd end up breaking it after the show. And then the next day was consumed with trying to find a pawn shop and the few dollars that we had to buy a guitar, and then we'd have to turn the strings around and try to intonate it ourselves, and it just made for a really out-of-tune, raunchy experience, you know, during those first few years.
It was a pain in the ass trying to find a guitar.
Yeah, it was like the biggest dilemma of the day.
This one will work left-handed. Yeah, it's cut. This part's notched a little bit, you know.
It was a big hassle.
All the electronics are on the top.
In fact, we even built a bunch of Mustangs one time. We bought some necks and took pieces of wood and cut out the bodies and put the necks on, and they were completely out of tune all the time. And well, we did a pretty good job at it.
We had this little assembly line in the garage, and we hung them up and painted them and stuff.
But as I say, along with their iconic music, the guitar demolition that Nirvana would perform at the end of their sets is something they became very well known for. It was their trademark. Usually it would come with their final song, Endless Nameless, and they would break their guitars, destroy Dave's drum kit, destroy their amps. Nothing was off limits for the band to destroy. Just another piece of Nirvana legend that made the band what it was. So there it goes for another Nirvana memory. Thanks heaps for tuning in, guys. Be sure to leave us a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also consider becoming a channel member. There's more information on that down below. We'll catch you next time.